worry, we're CP. We know what we're doing.
I know, right? All right. Let's see if we live. Make sure everything is be heard. I really need to come up with the damn intro for this thing.
Man, don't worry about it.
No, it's going to happen. We gotta sound like we are, somewhat professional.
Man, fuck an intro. They can
all
eat it.
No. We need an intro. We need an intro. That intro helps. The intro really does help. This first Framerates episode 66. We're back at it again. Another Thursday, 7:30. Seems like it's a sweet spot right here where I can be able to get home on time and actually do this podcast. And
we hijacked, the community.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, listen, Thursday is a night where everybody comes in and wants to get on YouTube and talk about. Well, I mean, let's be honest, because we're going to talk about this as far as the first topic. People want to come to YouTube as far as this community goes and want to talk about Madden. As far as we go, I mean, me and Bill's, I mean, even before DJ came about as a co-host, me and Bill's already came. Know who I would be? No, me and Bill's already came up with the idea that we were going to be expanding outside of just talking about Madden. And I look at, like, right now, you see all of these other podcasts out, and they're strictly talking about Madden. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, after September and that first patch comes in and y'all don't have nothing to talk about but fussing about the damn patches.
Then they're going to take their seasonal vacation and be like, we'll be back when
there's something to talk about. Mm-hmm. We talk about you look at the title of the podcast right now. We got plenty of topics. We got a lot of things going on. We're going to try to knock this out in the best way possible, give you the highest quality that's just as disorganized as possible. I am VF Baller. You can call me you can call me VF Baller. You can hit me up on Twitter at VF Baller. And you can find out all the things that I tweet. Bills, what's going on with you, man?
Another day, just working on my music and working on my music pretty much.
Yeah,
nothing special.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been working hard on it. I know it's going to come out nice and, full of quality and some of the stuff that this game needs as far as music goes.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I like what I heard so far. So
yeah, me too. Absolutely. Y'all need to check him out if y'all haven't. Where they can find you at as far as music goes, Bills?
The Joseph Royal, THE is capital, and then Joseph Royal. Stop being hoes. Check out my SoundCloud. I should have a new song up in probably a couple weeks, honestly. Okay. Working on an album right now, so give y'all a little sneak peek of that and just keep soldiering forward.
Yeah, that sounds good. What's up, DJ? What's going on with you, man?
On the shelf at the moment, medicated, and it's crazy. But just here another week, and the fact that we do have some interesting topics, there's one that that's not on here that I'm gonna speak for like a short second, but I'll wait to the end to talk about that.
It's all good. We all let it flow. It's no worries. Just because it's not on the title screen or whatever, that doesn't mean we don't talk about it. That's the disorganization of part of this podcast. But everything that we talk about, we know what we talk about. We know what we're talking about, and we're going to give it to you the best way possible. Unlike some people in the community, if you see the first part of this video or the first part of this live stream, or if you listen to us on SoundCloud and iTunes, you can catch us there. Just Google. Well, you can just put in the search engine of those apps. You find us there. Also, use the Podcast Addict. That's one app where you can put all your podcasts in one place. You can also search us there, and you can put them with the rest of the podcasts that you listen to throughout the day. But you should be only listening to us. Anyway, this
got that right, hoes.
Authoritarian.
I know,
right? This community has been on flames ever since this Madden 20 stuff dropped, and it's just like clockwork. I mean,
yeah, typical.
Yeah, it's just like clockwork. It's been going on for years, to where some information drops and everybody goes back and forth about what they think about the game should be and what it should not be, and people playing word games with their stuff. I mean, listen, this has been going on at least since, Bills came in a little bit after us. DJ, how long it's been?
Shoot, we're past the decade now.
Yeah.
We're not at a decade yet. But it's been going
DJ.
on
I remember
2021. We might be a decade in.
No.
2021. I was thinking 2011.
Okay, so we're not gonna count the Madden 10 videos because pretty much back then everybody was on one accord.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I was saying like if we're gonna, everything basically went left when the Sim standard went to EA. Yeah, we could be honest. Everything pretty much went left at that point. And
when they went in protesting and they came out with jobs.
Sound like a house nigga to me. Oops, sorry.
You know what? No, but like seriously, like at this point, it's like it's been what, 8 years? 6, 7, 8. No, it's been about 8 years. It's time to stop. That's how I feel. It's like every time you look around on your Twitter feed, you see a bunch of people going back and forth about what. My thing is, just ask yourself. Well, before I even say that, this is the reason why we made this podcast the way it is, because we're not sitting here to bash Madden. We're not sitting here trying to praise Madden. We're a group of guys that are willing to give Madden a chance on a yearly basis, pretty much knowing what we're getting into, and we're just trying to get it either as cheap as possible, or we're just trying to get it as free as possible. And with that being said, we're going to play the game and we're going to give you our thoughts. Everything about Madden for the past few years isn't bad, but I just don't think it's worth the $60. If you can get the game for like 15, maybe 20, I'll say 30 at the most, I think you're doing okay. But what I'm saying as far as this community goes is like they go back and forth so much to the point where I wonder if they're really actually enjoy playing the games or they're just enjoying going back and forth. What are your guys' thoughts about this? Because me personally, I can't say I'm getting tired of it because I know how to scroll away from it, but I just know that it's a serious problem that's been going on for a while.
You can go, DJ.
Bill, you want to take this one?
I'll take it though. Well, first things first, I need people to stop trying to validate why they buy the game annually, because we're all grown men out here. Well, most of us are. We don't need to be talking.
Wait 1 second.
Oh boy.
You just stole a line I said in a video.
What
that
video?
Sounded really familiar. When you just said
we've been all saying
like we're grown men out here. Well, some of us. I said this in a video like years ago.
I've been saying that for years. But all right. Yeah, here we go. But it's like people need to stop trying to explain why they spend $65 on a game. Like, why are you explaining to grown ass men what you do with your money? Like,
if you want, I'm
proud of me.
I'm with you. Like, if you want to buy Madden for how much, whatever it is, that's your money. Who cares?
Right. Like, I don't get why it has to get into a conversation of, well, I don't get how y'all buy the game every year, and then on the other side is, well, I don't get how people never give Madden a chance. It's like, both y'all need to shut the fuck up. Because quite frankly, neither one of y'all should be pocket watching. That's just my opinion. Stop pocket watching. If people want to buy a game, they want to buy a game. I'm not telling motherfuckers, hey, you buying Days Gone, you just flushing your money down the damn toilet. You want to buy Days Gone? I told you that it was a wasted purchase from my point of view, but I didn't tell you not to buy it.
I still got my $7 right here. I'm waiting for that price right. I still got my $7.
No, but it's just like we've been doing this. It's just wash, rinse, repeat every year. It's the same shit. May comes around, June comes around. We start getting little tidbits of information about Madden. And motherfuckers just jump off the cliff on both sides, and they just want to see who hits the fucking water first. It's ridiculous.
My thing is, like I said, we've been saying this for the longest. It's like, look. There's different ways of getting around buying Madden, and it doesn't make it. I don't think anybody's wrong for feeling the way they feel, but it comes a time to like, okay, I want to try the game out. The game may be a little bit trash on the trash side. It may be decent right now, and a couple patches might ruin the game for me. If I put $20 down and find a way to get this game real quick, am I really at a loss? Oh, well, you're giving EA money. Well, I mean, come on, fuck that. I mean, really?
Here's the thing, and that's what's crazy. We have been on both sides of the criticism in the community as far as how we voice our opinions. Why? Because we're impartial and we don't switch up. We tell shit the way we feel and we don't play the sides. We don't feed both sides. One day we'll be saying positive things about EA because that's just the topic that we chose for the podcast. Other days we'll say this is what EA needs to do better with their football game. Every time we do that, folks come out the woodwork. Well, you're an EA apologist. Well, you're an EA hater. Motherfuckers, y'all haven't figured out what the trend is? That we just tell the honest truth about the game? And this
is the thing. You got to understand that in every game you buy, there's going to be bad and good. Even with NBA 2K19, that game is like we just talked about the last podcast. It's one of the top tier basketball games that's been ever made behind 2K11.
Yeah,
but they still have problems in that game that could be fixed. Our thing is the reason why that game is so great is like there's not been one patch in that game that ruined the sport of basketball in that game. That is rare. That's probably like the only game this generation that has not suffered from that.
But see, in this generation of folks who just like to be offended by shit and folks who just agree just because they want to be contrarian and folks who feel the need to give their opinion on everything, they feel like, well, if you speak negative about Madden once, then you hate the game. If you speak positive about it once, then you're an apologist. No, that's not how shit works. We can look at things from the outside and say, well, I can see how Madden's a good game and I can see where it needs to improve. Just like we can do with anything because we're open-minded folks. Now, motherfuckers in this community need to learn how to be that way and stop either posting 15 videos about one goddamn live stream or press release, and the other folks need to stop going at them about it because nothing's gonna change as far as people's opinions, bro.
Okay, DJ, I'm gonna have you jump in, but while you jump in, I got a question to ask you. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. I understand you have to be critical, but you got to understand, like, when is the point where you just stop being critical and just say fuck it and walk away?
Right.
It's not even. Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about being critical of the game. It's just about when we talking about the community dialogue. We're talking about people just going back and forth with each other for no reason.
Well, and let's not forget.
That's called drama. That's what that's called.
And let's not forget the fact that we were critical pretty much the entire podcast as far as what we talked about last week.
Not only that, you look at Madden 18, Madden 19, you look at both of those, and it's like, it's not that we have not been critical of it. The thing is like, if you got $20, you can go ahead and put the money down on Madden, and I don't think you'll be at an L. You catch a loss.
Well, I think all of us are just at the it is what it is point.
And they said it perfectly right there. Yeah. Honestly, if you're still complaining, it's like, look, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I know this game is probably is worth $15, maybe 2 months of my time.
Right.
Okay, if it's 2 months of my time, why the hell am I gonna pay $60 for the game? I go get it used. I'll pay it for a couple months. I know a patch is coming. They're gonna fuck the game up, or the game is already fucked up. But I want to play the game real quick without necessarily giving EA money. I'm good. Right. I'm gonna keep moving instead of just saying, "Oh, EA's trash. Fuck that." Just basically, vote with your wallet and just and move on. I just don't see how the same people go back and forth about it. DJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I get in, I don't forgot the question about what I'm about to say. Just go ahead. I'm sorry, I just forgot the question. Go ahead, DJ.
You've been all over the place.
I know, man.
No kidding. I'm the one that's on medication, and you're the one that's portraying the.
Hey, I'm already. It's already been documented that I need mine, but I'm just not taking it.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Another problem. But anyway, as far as this whole dialogue in the community, I know with Madden, it's gotten to the point where it's pointless. Like put them in the game said, it's pointless to go back and forth just to go back and forth. because people want to automatically be, or by default, be contrarians in whatever is posted, whatever is live streamed, whatever is shown. Gameplay, somebody always has to be negative, like overly negative, or somebody has to be overly positive. It's kind of like a microcosm of society as a whole. You have to be either extreme left or extreme right. And it's like the only way that this really goes forward is if we're able to come to the middle and we're able to discuss, what ails the game, what are the positives and negatives, and then try to come up with a solution. That's the way it should be. That's an ideal situation, but obviously reality is not playing out that way.
Here's what's sad, DJ. We tried that. And you know how we tried that? We tried that in the form of sliders. And folks couldn't even agree to try that. So it's like,
my thing is
crazy.
Well, that was the overall point. Is that I know reality is they're not doing that.
My thing is, I understand it. If you think EA is not up to par with Madden, I'm with you, because I don't think that it. We were just talking about this off camera, off the live stream. Me and DJ were talking about this before you came in, Bills. This stuff that they just did on Twitch, they still haven't got the quarterbacks in to do the damn motion capture for their signature animation.
Yeah,
I need to check that out.
I was not feeling that.
That's some bullshit. How the hell you got the license? You're not able to.
And you can't bring the players in themselves to do the motion capture,
right?
You want to pull off. It's like, okay, let me jump in on this. I feel like if you want to do signature animations and signature throws, you need the quarterbacks, especially if you're going to start with the quarterbacks, or you need the actual players to portray those. You don't need fifth-rate former athletes that are getting paid pennies on a dime,
but you know what, DJ?
To come in and do some shitty ass work.
But you know what the issue is though, VF?
No, go ahead.
Hold on. So my thing is, I agree with you to a certain extent, but remember, 2K doesn't bring these players in. 2K has
they must have better athletes.
That's what I'm saying. So Madden, that's what I'm saying. So Madden doesn't even have to get the players; they just need to get better athletes. That's what. They don't need to pull a dev from the fucking office and say, "Hey, we need you to throw like Aaron Rodgers." That's not how it works.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but it's still kind of hard for me to believe that with the NBA, I can understand that, because you have another company that's across the way that's actually making a basketball game. They may not be able to say like, okay, if we do this for you, we may have to do it for them. But the EA has the exclusive license to all of these players and all of these teams. It should be a given that they should have to get these players. You know what I'm saying? It should be a given that damn near every player, they should have like a motion capture. They don't even have to put the little dots on them. They should just have like some little thing where they just screen cap everything that they do on the practice field and say, hey, just such does this, and this, and have a computer to put it in.
That's funny, because look at how, wait a minute, hold up. Look at how All Pro Football was made and how they got those signature animations in. I don't think they motion captured anybody to get those. But they had to look at footage and try to mimic the footage.
That's the only pass I would give.
They nailed it as far as that's concerned.
I'll give a pass on EA if they're trying to get dead players in the game on that. But it makes no sense that they can't get them in. Put them in the game. No, they do not have the ESPN license for the Madden game, but they do have them for the college game.
And
give me 1 second. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick.
But here's what's even more damning about this is the fact that Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best to some people. His animation has never been in the game.
Well, it looks like it will be this year.
But apparently it's going to be garbage, I guess.
It looks passable, but it's not to standard.
Like, I have to watch the video.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm watching it. Well, first of all, VF was crying about the how they looked according to that like demo they kind of put out there in their stream. And I was just like, that's not going to be the final look that they're going to have. I'm worried about that. Which the main point of that demo was the animation quality and seeing the motion capture talent do what they do. And I was just like, ew. I couldn't deal with it.
Like I just didn't they have the ESPN? They had the ESPN license for
I think VF already answered that.
Yeah, I mean they had it. They had it for NBA Live though. They never had it for Madden.
They definitely use it on Live.
Yeah, they had it on Live, and they had it on the basketball college game. They had it on NCAA 14, but those were all different years. They've never had it on Madden, and Madden's actually addressed it and said that they don't really want to use it. They kind of want to create, I guess, their own broadcast style, similar to what 2K has been saying for a long time with the basketball game. They kind of just, I guess, want to create their own broadcast style. Because if you,
I was gonna say, because also when it comes to like community dialogue, it's not just with Madden. You also have to think about the live community and all the other communities at hand as far as dialogue is concerned. I feel like from what I've been seeing, it seems like Madden and the live communities have been the most toxic. But I'm starting to hear that the MLB The Show community is starting a little trend. But
and the thing is, I have no issue with dialogue because what we're doing is dialogue. I have an issue with bickering.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We get to the point where Madden's community is at bickering. Live community, they're at bickering. I wouldn't say the dialogue that I was having at first about females dunking in the WNBA. When I retweeted the little post that saw like a female dunk a basketball, I'm talking about women are bouncing too, which I'm like, that's been a far gone conclusion for the last 10 years. But I started off that dialogue because I knew the WNBA to me was portrayed poorly in its first iteration on live, and kind of has that. It still kind of doesn't feel right, but the conversation that led afterwards. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
But the conversation that led afterwards, I felt like was a good conversation, but it felt like it was going to go left at certain moments because some people, and the main linchpin is that people get in their feelings in these conversations.
You're right. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing I was saying about the community dialogue. It's not necessarily about, because like put him in the game, for instance, he's been a staunch advocate for making Madden better. I mean, he's been down in the trenches of talking about Madden in a negative light for life, and rightfully so. And then there's still cases where you can do that. I'm not saying Madden 19 is a great game, because even when the game first launched, it had its issues, but I'm not going to sit here and tell nobody. I can't do it no more to tell nobody don't buy the game. There's too many ways not to have the game and not feel like you're getting cheated.
I think from my perspective, I stopped caring about a lot of this shit when I realized what the Sim Standard was, when I realized what the Game Changer program was, when I realized, and it's not a shot at Sim Standard, but I mean, you know, the Game Changer program, I don't care what anybody tries to tell me and tries to convince me, it is there, similar to the 2K, I guess their form of Game Changer program. It's there to muzzle us. It's there to say, here, we took people from your realm to come down and give us quote unquote advice on the game that, you know, you'll be good with what we put out because they'll tell you that it's going to be good. And yeah.
Oh, I was going to add in, and this is one thing that I will plainly admit that, you know, originally I thought that was going to be a thing that helps us get us through, and it turns out that I was wrong.
Yeah.
And people like put them in a game were trying to tell me that this wasn't going to work. They wound up being right.
It's a smoke screen.
And, you know,
that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing you can say. I mean, even with, I think when we look back, and I'm gonna ask another question before we go to the next topic. When we look back at what happened with the community, you know, when you look at the Game Changers, I think Simheads United, and you know, I we haven't heard about that in a long time. I honestly
believe, I know two people who have popped up recently.
I know, right? But I think at the end of the day, and I kind of felt this a long time ago, I think they were absolutely on point when they were talking about what the entire aspect of being a game changer was about. And it's not necessarily hating on the program. It's not hating on the guys who went in on it, because the Sim Standard went into the Game Changer program with good intentions. They really did. They didn't do it just to say, I want to get buddy. Those guys actually went in there wanting to make the game better. But once they got in, you can't just walk back out, because this is what it's going to be. We're going to convince you. We're going to convince you that what you're saying and doing is right. We're going to convince you that you're going to have to keep pushing, because we're going to make it the way you make the game the way you want it to make it. And once we realized, I saw it on the Game Changers website, what the Game Changer program is about. I was like, okay, I'm just going to let them sit back and do their own thing. And that's when I was like, okay, I want to see what I can get out of these games and just fall back.
Just look at what they've openly started to call those dudes, influencers.
Exactly.
Yep. I was about to say the same thing. So I was like,
now I'm gonna ask one more question before we go to Bills. Which tier you wanted to do first?
It don't matter. We had the basketball one. Do y'all have that in the DM?
I don't have it in. It might be
DJ sent it. I'm gonna have to look for it.
Check it.
We could do the Madden, the football one while we're talking about football.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody got that one? Because I didn't do it.
No, I don't have it, but I'll just give you the list of games that we're gonna do.
Okay, because I didn't download the thing. I've been working. I'm sorry.
No, I'll just give you the list.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna ask y'all this one question with this whole situation with this entire because this entire community situation and the dialogue, while it's pointless, Madden 20 is a wash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the devs, even though they're putting all the stuff in the game, they're looking forward to the PlayStation 5 in the next Xbox. There's no doubt about it. The dev kits are already out there. So with this entire generation of the games being on next gen, these games being influenced by Game Changers, all this stuff with breakdowns and all this, from Madden 25 to Madden 2020, because that's what I'm gonna call it, because it'll sound kind of confusing. Between all those games between there, has anything necessarily significantly changed from one game to the next? Let's be 100% honest. And people in the chat, yes or no?
I will give you. So what's the time period that we're doing?
From Madden 25, when the first game dropped on the PS4, and I'm not even talking about Madden 21 because that game is going to be, I think most of their assets going to be devoted to the PlayStation 5. So I think Madden 20 is going to be the last game that's going to be the full-fledged this generation game. So between Madden 25 and Madden 20, honestly, gameplay-wise, what is honestly changed to say it was a leap?
I'll say, DJ, you want to go? It doesn't matter.
I was actually going to go because I'm noting something viewer-wise and likewise. I like to give a shout-out to people watching and viewing. We have 15 people viewing, and we already are at 10 likes. So
absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's actually faster than what I've seen in the past. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for coming through.
All right. So what was the question again?
Oh Lord.
No. So he said, can you name a year to year?
If you're looking at
pretty much in gameplay.
I'm gonna say from Madden 25 to Madden 20. I mean, we don't even know what Madden 20 entails, but because Madden 21 is going to be a PS5 game, all the assets not going to go to Madden 21 on the PS4 or the Xbox One. Do you think gameplay-wise, with all this game changer influencer and all this stuff, do you think there's been significant change from 25 to what we have at the end of this cycle? Honestly.
No.
Bills, what's your thoughts?
I'm
sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, go ahead, DJ.
Oh, I was going to say no because at a certain point, there was significant change, but then it reverted back. So it took 2 steps forward and it took 2 steps back. So it didn't really go anywhere.
What about you, Bills?
The closest I was going to say was 18 and 19, but that doesn't exist, much like DJ said, because they reverted back to the same bullshit. So, I mean, if you want a negative leap, let's go Madden 25 to Madden 15. But
oh Lord, that's when the downfall really came. I mean, my God. I mean, put him in the game. He roasted me for saying Madden 20. I wish I still had my virtual footballer channel up. He roasted me for saying Madden 25 was a good game. And you look at it now, 25 ain't that bad.
I know, bro. It's really not. I went back and played it the other day, actually, a little bit.
That running game is like.
But you know what? It was the loss of the physics guy that put them back.
Yeah,
good.
I can agree.
Once he left,
you saw it in 15 immediately because nobody tackled in 15. Everybody just fell over each other. No, there were chest tackles in 15.
So I got these games that we're going to do the football game tier list. I basically took out the redundant ones, so I think y'all would be pretty satisfied with the list that I made. So the categories are greatest of all time, great, good, average, below average, and garbage. The games that we're going to do: Madden 03, 04, 05, 06, Madden 08, Madden 11, Madden 12, Madden 25, and 19. Then we're going to do NFL 2K3, 2K4, 2K5, and All Pro 2K8, and then I threw Backbreaker in. So let's start off with the greatest of all time. Obviously, 2K5 is in there.
Okay, hold on one second. Keep going. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna try to pull it up so people can see it because I'm gonna try to send me the
I'm gonna send you a screenshot of it.
Send me a screenshot. There you go. Do that. That's what I was about to say. Send me a screenshot. And
send it to the DM.
So I'm thinking ESPN 2K5, Madden 05.
I'm gonna go Madden 04 too.
I would
really 05 over 04. Jeez,
I could take 05 over 04. I could see that.
For me,
yeah.
There can only be one from from both of the companies. So those are the two that I would agree with. I wouldn't put anything else in the greatest of all time after.
Damn, because I think Madden. Well, I know I'm alone on this, but I think Madden 04 was better than Madden 05. Ravens Nation says Madden 05 greatest of all time. How? DJ, you want to elaborate a little bit?
Let's see. Madden 05.
Franchise is going to be the one selling point that I would say, okay.
Yeah, franchise. The defense was really hype in that game.
You said what? Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
I know you mentioned franchise before. Just the little things in franchise that you could do that you can't really do now. The way the franchise was ran, the game modes, the fact that you had a little something for everybody in that game. And that was the last time Madden had competition. So they kind of went out with a bang.
Okay. NA, I disagree. I think I definitely disagree with that. I think 2K5 had everything. 2K4 had
2K4. Ooh, does it play
2K4 had better coverage out the box, but 2K5 had better everything else. If you think about it, 2K4 had them floaty ass passes.
NA might be on to something, man. Bro. 2K4 is not. 2K4 is.
2K4's AI was good, but dude, remember them floaty ass passes? You couldn't bullet any passes in that game.
I think the only thing about 2K4, I think 2K4 just was not refined completely enough. But I think there are just some things that should have stayed.
I had mad issues with 2K4.
I had a lot of issues too. Yeah,
I think there are just some animations that was in 2K4 that just didn't come over to 2K5. Like for instance, 2K4 had a mechanic not to where you could necessarily just field on the back of your lineman and go around him. They had a mechanic where the running back would actually push the lineman forward. They took that out of 2K5.
2K4 was really good. 2K5 brought it all together. I can't give the less complete game the edge. I'm sorry.
That is true. I can say that.
So 2K5, I guess we'll go with Madden 05 because of outnumbered there. VF, any type of support for Madden 04 going in greatest of all time?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay, so we got 2K5 and Madden 05. Obviously, Backbreaker's not being there. Does APF go in greatest of all time?
No.
Gameplay, yes. Total package, no. So that's gonna be tough.
Well, then no.
No, I mean it's gonna be tough
Right.
because you're gonna have some people that's gonna say it's a GOAT because of gameplay only. You see what I'm saying?
If they would have given us a franchise mode, no matter how bare bones it was, as long as we'd be able to carry on to the next season and not have to start all over again, I'd probably put it in greatest of all time. But nah.
Okay, so all right, so far, okay, so far, what do we have so far?
So for greatest of all time, we have 2K5 and we got Madden 05.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to great. I'm gonna put Madden 03. I'm gonna put Madden 04. I'm gonna put Madden 06. Any objections?
Hold up. Mm-hmm. When it comes to Madden 06, are we talking about the the PS?
No. We're gonna take. Well, see, that's a good question. Because I would put it in Madden 06.
No.
I would put it in Madden 06 Xbox 360 version. Hey, we can put it twice because I'll throw that shit right in garbage.
No. Madden 06 is garbage, though. No.
Yeah, we got
Madden 06 on the PS2. I'm saying.
Yeah,
Madden PS2. I will put great.
I'll put 06 great. I'll take 03. I'll take it out of great though.
You want to put that in? Okay.
3 is just not fleshed out. The biggest thing about 3 was they actually had screen passes. That's the only thing about 3 that was good.
04, 06. 08 has to go in great, right?
Which version?
Which one?
360. This
was the last time it was on PC.
Well, all of them were great, really, right? Pretty much all of them were great. And some people would some people would argue that, well, basically Dollar would argue that maybe 2K Madden 08 would go in greatest of all time. I don't know. So we got Madden 08, Madden 04, and Madden 06.
He could play it on the Switch.
Yeah, he would say that shit too.
So that means 2K8 goes in great, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any of them from Xbox One?
Anything for the Xbox One era, I would say Madden 17 or Madden 25, and I will put that only in the good place.
Well, 17 is not okay. Well, not. Yeah, we're getting it. So none in the great though. Okay.
So we got PS3, 08, 04, and APF is great.
And 06.
Which one?
PS2.
Okay.
I mean, if we're counting both, then I'm just gonna go ahead and put Madden 06, Xbox 360 in garbage right now.
Right,
that's garbage.
Put them in the game mask. Can y'all talk about the soft drink sports vid on the fall of Madden? That'll probably be something for next show.
We'll have to.
Yeah, I looked at it. Good dialogue. I mean, a good timeline, everything that happened, but I haven't really got enough into it to actually commentate on it right now. Definitely, we can look into it because that goes right along with the community dialogue situation. So I definitely we'll do that at a different time. I'm surprised Fever's not on here. That's a good question. Why Fever's not on here?
If y'all want, we could do it. I thought we were sticking some bad.
There's a lot of football games in here, and we have so little time.
Yeah, I mean
that's true.
Yeah, we'll talk about FIFA. We'll just dedicate a topic to Fever on another.
All right, what's on the good? What's
so good? I'll probably be sitting out that topic.
so good. I'm gonna say 25.
And Chris, that's coming. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. Does everybody agree that Madden 25 can go in good, or do y'all want to?
Yes. Yeah, I can say Madden 25 can be.
Do you want to say that Madden 19 goes in good?
The problem with these games when you talk about Madden 16 and beyond,
right?
It's like, what are we talking about? Post or pre-patch?
That's why I was very careful about. That's why I was very careful about.
Last few months.
I think let's judge it on its best day.
All right, I'm gonna put this spreadsheet up so people can look at it.
Yeah, let's judge it. Let's judge it on its best day. So Madden 19 on its best day, is it good?
Madden 19.
I would say yes, right?
On the best day, I'll say it's good.
DJ,
I say
any objection?
Average. I say good to average.
I have no objection.
Okay, so let's keep it in good. We have left 2K3, 2K4.
All right, hold on. Madden 19. All right.
Actually, hold on. Do we put 2K4 in great?
I can see that.
Any objection, DJ?
I would put it in good.
Okay. I have to break the tie. Honestly, I'll put it in good because I don't think it was fleshed out enough, man.
And just to let everybody know, I'm a very harsh critic, so you'll mostly hear me say, no, that could be.
All right, when we're talking about fleshed out, what are we talking? We talking about on the field?
Everything.
Because I think on the field they just had some things that was there that just it's kind of bad because it had everything there that's not. It had some things in that's not in 2K5. So does that mean it's fleshed out?
Well,
not fleshed out
I would
enough?
say complete package 2K5 had they added some things presentation wise. They added some animations.
Put them in a game. Put them in a game. Actually came up with a good. Free patch shouldn't count. It's hard.
Free patch shouldn't count. Let me tell you something.
If you look at it, reviewers actually redo their reviews based on pre-patch and post-patch. So.
Well, I'll say this. I will agree. If we're gonna go pre-patch didn't count, then Madden 19 is gonna. All right. Well, I'll take it.
My thing is, I think pre-patch should count because that's the way the game was supposed to should have been out anyway. Yeah. If you bought the game back in the PS2, if you bought that particular game in the PS2 era, in some cases the PS3 era, that's what you got here.
So yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it.
You can play it pre-patch. We've already proven that.
Yeah, we've
You can play
it. And it doesn't matter if it's a physical copy or a digital copy. I already proved Smitty wrong on that.
Oh Lord.
So we got I'm gonna save that one. Madden 12, does that go in good?
Madden 12 is average.
Okay, cool. Madden 19 we already talked about. Madden 25 is already there. Okay. 2K3, does it go in good? I'll say no.
2K3 average.
Okay.
2K3 was good.
I'm just making sure we finish off the good category.
Yeah, no, 2K3 was good with facial animations and the facial scans, and it was a pretty decent football game, but it's nowhere near to
say old slack jaw.
Okay, well, Madden 03 good?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I put Madden 03 in good, man. I
can see it being good.
DJ, any objection?
No objection.
All right, so let's move on to average. So we
already got two already in average.
Yeah,
Ravens Nation made a very good point. Madden 12 was the last Madden that had a major franchise update, and it did.
That is true. I did a video on that one.
And the thing about it, they had an excellent free agency pool as well, where you had a time limit.
I remember that.
Sign people.
So where y'all putting that back? So where are you putting it?
Well, Madden 12 is still average. I mean, gameplay wise, it's still average.
12. Yeah, because I remember I went back and played it like maybe a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Which Madden do I still play? I still play Madden 17.
Okay, so it's funny that I'm asking this because I'm gonna ask this every category. So is Madden 19 going average?
I would say Madden 19.
I'm on the
fence.
You
said Madden 19?
I mean,
we already had it in good. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying. So we have so far for average, we have 2K3, we have Madden 12.
Is Chris Thomas capping for NFL Fever 04?
Yo, man, I'm telling you, man.
We're gonna get in the Fever 04. I say Fever 04 was average, but we're not gonna really elaborate too much.
Fuck that.
So 2K3 and 2K12
I'm putting it in, goddammit. Shout out to Chris Thomas.
Fine, Fever 04. God.
Yeah, now all you have to do is repeatedly say something, and it'll get on to the podcast.
We still got Backbreaker though, man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So DJ, where would you put Backbreaker? Would you put Backbreaker average? Oh boy.
Do you want me to hurt people's feelings?
Oh, okay. I'll just wait till we get to that category then. I'll just wait till we get there.
Shoot,
What do we have left?
I hurt Chris Thomas's feelings with NFL Fever.
So all we have left is Madden 11.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Hold on. I'm telling you what we have left. We have Madden 11 and we have Backbreaker. So
I'll fix it.
It looks like we got Backbreaker and Madden 11 in garbage right now.
No.
Object?
No.
I would put both of them at garbage.
No.
I'll give Backbreaker. I'll throw Backbreaker a bone and I'll put below average.
There you go. That's what I just put it at. I just put it at right there on the screen.
No,
I'll fix it for you. I'll fix it for you.
DJ, hold on. DJ, make a case. Make a case.
Average is garbage.
Hold up. Make a case.
Garbage.
Make a case that Backbreaker is garbage.
The devs lied to Apex. It's garbage.
Now,
I don't believe anything about that game.
Anybody in the chat, say something nice about Backbreaker.
All right. We're just on the screen right now.
The gameplay is going to be nice according to, and then when they put in, what was it, the patch that they put out, the update they put out?
The Grey House patch that ruined everything. XLT Magic.
Like garbage. It was just like,
I'll put it like this.
Him look bad.
I'm giving Backbreaker below average because what it did innovative wise.
Thank you. And I knew you weren't going to be hurt by that. You know what I'm talking about.
Had potential, but
garbage.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. Chris Thomas, that's undisputed. Hold on a second. All right. Now we ain't gonna go and shame the good old name of that damn physics engine that they had in there. All right, because those tackles were legit.
That's why I'm giving it below average because of what it actually brought
garbage. It's a tech demo. You don't get no.
It is. It is, but I mean, I'm gonna give Backbreaker. I'm giving Backbreaker a nod over Madden 06 and Madden 11.
It's 2 against 1. All right, man. Yeah. I'm taking Backbreaker below average.
That's what I'm doing.
And if the chat got a problem with that, y'all could run my fade. Yeah, I said it.
Actually, no. Actually, me and the chat outnumber both of you guys.
That is true. That is true.
We love you, chat. We're just gonna leave it at that. We love you.
Okay.
I mean, DJ got a point, bro.
No, he does.
Yeah, let's put it in garbage.
So I got a question. So what is below average?
We don't have one. Everything is. We don't have one. I think the only. Well, Madden 06. Yeah, Madden 06 is joined by Madden.
That's coming. That's coming.
Or no, you definitely didn't miss that. No, we got it. We got it teed up. Don't worry.
To this podcast.
Right, so Backbreaker is gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
We don't have below average.
We don't have nothing below average. Now, but let's do this. Let's try to pick a game that we can find below average before we go to the next topic.
2K3.
But we already got it.
Yes. I will.
Y'all want to move it. Oh, I see. Y'all want to move it. Okay.
I'll agree with DJ. I'll move it to below average.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I hate everything about that game.
Running was awful.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. Looks like we're done. That was simple.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Good topic, Ravens Nation. I only like Madden 11 because of the intro with Drew Brees. Well, shit, if I was liking the game for intros, let me tell you something.
I would still get it though.
No, what game that had that really good intro? Like, was it Madden?
Madden 08 had an amazing intro.
No, Madden 25 had the Ray Lewis one. Was that Madden 25?
That was Madden 08, right?
No, Ray Lewis.
Ray
Lewis had an intro with Madden. I can't remember which one it was.
I remember Madden 08. He was in it. He was in it a lot.
Render and in-game footage.
Oh yeah. Madden 13 was the intro of Ray Lewis. And that was dope.
Well, see, and that's the thing, because when we discussed it last week, for the folks who are wondering why we left out certain games, we were leaving out the redundant games that didn't really have any major change like year to year.
There's too many.
So we left out 09, we left out 07, and just in case you wonder where I would have ranked some of those games, 09 would have been trash.
Oh, absolutely.
2010 probably would have been, I'd say, average.
No, I would say, let me tell you something about 2010. And we were talking about this a long time ago. Madden 10 had a lot of good ideas that was executed absolutely poorly. I mean, they had it to where the
rewind
feature.
Remember that rewind feature that Madden?
That was in 09.
That was 09. Yeah, that was 09.
No, Madden 10 had they had cold weather where you can actually see your breath as you play. It was actually cold, and you actually had the snow where you would slip on the ground when you're running, the rain where you slip on the ground. Madden 10 had all that, and they took it all out. And they actually had the chain gang. They had all this stuff. And Madden 10 had a pretty good, they had something going there, and they just said, fuck it.
So yeah, we left out the redundant games. I mean, 15, 16. That's how it is. But here's a discussion. Oh, see, putting them in the game, you just took the words right out of my mind, because here's what I was gonna do. I'm only gonna choose 2 college games. Where are we ranking NCAA 06 and where are we ranking NCAA 14?
You gotta add another one, bro. NCAA 08 is the shit, bro. Fuck that,
man.
NCAA 08 for the PS2 and Xbox One. I mean 3, 6. Oh shit.
I can't speak on it because I didn't play it on there.
The original Xbox. I'm sorry. That game was the shit, bro.
I don't remember a whole lot of my college.
But I mean,
I'll take your word for it, bro. You can rank it.
No, if I had to rank them, it'd be 08, 14, then 06.
No, I'm saying, but where are we putting them?
Where's
08 go?
08 is going. 08 is going great. 14 is going great, and 06 is going good. I can't say neither one of them is the GOAT.
You said 08 is going great?
Yeah, them and 14 is like neck and neck, and I
can make an argument that NCAA 06 goes in.
And the reason why I give 08 a nod over 14 and 06, 08 had suspensions. They had the college all-star game where you can actually find out what ratings they had based on their performance. They actually had what else? They had other things that 06 didn't have. They had a better recruiting mechanic. They also had the helmets could get knocked off when you get hit.
I can make an argument that NCAA 06 and NCAA 14 both belong in greatest of all time, but we can only pick one. I'll say NCAA 14 because that literally changed people's view on EA football for a short stint.
There you go. Chris Thomas, they had the D2 schools. I think the 06 one had D2 schools as well. I think 08 had a little bit more than what 06 had.
I honestly think NCAA 14 belongs in greatest of all time, bro.
If you're talking about a complete football game, I can see where as a game as a whole. I can't say complete because 14 didn't have D2 schools, they didn't have suspensions, they didn't have that. But when you're talking about as far
I can say 06 too.
I still got to put 08 behind 06. Not saying it's a bad game, but 08
is 06 behind. All right,
I'm just saying 08 is 06 on steroids, basically.
So they're not all great then. So you're saying NCAA 08 is great,
yeah,
and then
14 is also great, and 06 is
You can't say good. There's no way. There's no way.
Trust me, see, you haven't played 08. If you play 08, you won't think about, because you're looking at 2 games that basically has 2 years of extra features from 06.
No, I'm with you. All right, that's fine.
Did y'all not experience the slowdown bug from 14? I couldn't play. The slowdown bug was if you had the
I had noticed it, but I think they fixed it.
If you had the it was more prevalent in the digital copy.
Yeah,
it's way more prevalent in the digital copy.
Yeah, I had a disc. I had a disc.
Now it's in the disc too, but if you have a digital copy, you really saw it.
No, I'm saying I've had both, and yeah.
Oh, and we're not talking about the 2K NCAA games. Them shits was horrible.
No. Yeah, because they'd all go in garbage, and there was no point in. Yeah.
All right, before we go to the loot box thing, we're gonna talk about this guy. He decided to actually put out some footage of a game that he has.
Cal Blanderson, for everybody who's wondering.
Let me tell you about this guy. We're supposed to address this on the community dialogue topic.
Goddamn Smoothie King.
This guy decided to block me on Twitter.
Oh, he decided to block you?
Oh, yeah, he blocked me on Twitter. he blocked me.
Damn.
Yeah, he blocked me on Twitter just because of the video that I did way back, and it's still on this channel.
Oh, that one. Oh,
And
he
the
blocked
vid-
you back then.
No, he blocked me recently
blocked
because
you,
of this
yeah.
gameplay because he put out. But what I'm saying is, the video that I put in back then was basically telling everybody, look, this motherfucker trying to scam y'all and say he putting out NCAA 11 as his own game.
He blocked you for fact checking.
Exactly. So he knew that I was going to say something about this footage that he put out, and he blocked me 2 days ago or whatever, because somebody sent me the footage, and I was like, nah, nigga, since you blocked me, don't think you safe from these fucking jokes, bro, because we're gonna get your ass on this one.
Nah, bro.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna show you the footage that this motherfucker put up,
Bro.
I'm gonna show you this shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it now on.
Yo,
I'm
here's
looking
my
at it now.
question. Here's my question, right? If the Madden 11, if the NCAA 11 footage was the full game, how does your game regress that far?
Exactly. Yo, you can go back and check my video about the NCAA one, but look at this shit right here. Look at this. I'm not even pressing play yet. Look at this shit. Now I'm on the press play. Look at this. This is what Kyle Anderson is putting out as a game. Look at this shit.
Oh, God.
I don't know if it's actually going to show up nice for y'all on the screen because it might be a little glitchy because it's double live stream or whatever. But look at this shit. It's actually even buffering right now. That's how bad it is.
Bruh.
It's like you had the player coming out of huddle running in place because he's stuck on another player.
Oh, here it is right here. Look at the blocking. Look at the blocking on this shit.
Oh, my God.
Look at this shit.
Oh, man.
No, that is so bad.
Bro.
Then the throwing animation, though.
I know, right?
God.
We were talking about how bad Madden's throwing animation.
How your throwing animation look like a pump fake? And it was an actual
this game is a pump fake.
This game ain't a pump fake. This game's an air ball. He shot this motherfucker.
Shit.
He shot his shot in the wrong hole.
Bro, hey man. Hey man.
So I mean, if y'all want to get down with the get down, and you can get a 3-man offensive line.
Bro, let me tell you something. Going to a dude who makes movies to get a football game is like going to Jerry Sandusky to get life advice. It's just not a good idea.
Right.
It's just not a good idea.
I'm
motherfucker over here making banana split smoothies and shit. Like, let me work on this football game real quick.
Yo, I gotta find that first one. If y'all got the first one, damn.
You know what needs to happen? Him and the Bean Pie Kings. See, they got the Smoothie King. They need the smoothies and the bean pie to complete the meal. So those two need to get together, right? They could buy some of those cheap, off the rack K&G suits that they be getting, 2 for $50, and they can go and make y'all a football game. So y'all so desperate.
Okay, I got the first one. I got the first one. This is the first one that I saw. I want y'all to see this shit.
So okay, NA says Cal's next move would be to say at least he has something in motion, then ask for 850 grand.
The only thing he has in motion is that damn blender that is spinning around, spinning up them damn berries and bananas he's putting in his damn. That's all.
And then wait, hold up. Another thing about that play. The receiver didn't even catch it. It's nobody on him.
Exactly.
No. Watch. No. Fuck that. Watch this one with the receivers actually on him. Watch this excellent tackle.
Oh God.
Oh
God.
If it's off the play, I'm gonna let it sit there. Oh, here it is. There it is.
Oh my God.
Watch this shit. Look at this.
I was about
to look at that tackle, yo. Yo, look at that tackle.
Yo, put him in the game. Said it exactly. It's the electronic football 2K20.
Right.
Why after the dude tackle him, he stood up looking like Montel Vontavious Porter? Yo,
look at this shit, man. Yo, I'm telling you, that 3-man
that wasn't. He hit the guy that wasn't even supposed to be getting the ball.
Right.
Yo,
that three-man offensive line is the fucking truth.
Let me tell you something. That offensive line will beat the Hogs out for the greatest offensive line of all time because let me tell you, no type of traction.
Bills, they blocking is so dope. The D linemen don't even move. The D linemen can't even move. That's how hard their blocking is.
And then wait a minute, hold on. All these players. I'm looking at because the only thing that's exposed on them is their skin color. These are all white players?
No. The yellow guys are black. I guess.
The yellow. What? Hold up. So it was. Wow. Okay.
Segregation. All right, let's stop.
White.
So we're playing segregated football too? Yo,
who's the home team? It says American on the field. Are the white guys the home team?
Oh man,
my God.
So what? Before we go into the microtransactions, what are your thoughts about this game right here?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the half and half black / white half breed. I don't know what they want to call that. The affirmative action league. I don't know what they want to call it, but that's awful. That's awful right there. You telling me they can't drink from the same Gatorade bottle? They can't dress in the same locker rooms. Oh my God, man! Just get this.
Can't play on the same side of the field.
Right, exactly. They can't walk out the same time.
One's got to be on the one side of 50. The other's got to be on the other side of 50. That's
my God.
DJ,
I can't with this guy. I'm like, he can't put together a game. How is he with music?
Don't. Pocket passer. I'm gonna put up what pocket passer put as a response. So look what pocket passer put. He said, "Not fooling me again." Obviously, this is NCAA with the filter.
Oh my God! Yo, we're gonna get King. We're gonna get King Harville's game before this.
You know what? At least King Harville is doing an 8-bit game. His game is 8-bit. He doesn't. Hey, look. From my perspective,
his whole life is a lie.
King
Harville's making an 8-bit game, and Cal Anderson's making a snake-bit game.
I know, right? Hey, you know what? People talk a lot of shit about Axis when Axis first started. Even Axis back then looked better than this shit, and at least Danny was up front and said, "Look, this is what I got to work with, and this is what I'm going to build on."
Right?
He's not going to. By the time this game actually gets built on, it's gonna be like 2028. Like nobody gonna give a fuck about this game. It won't even be able. It won't run on a PS5.
Yo.
All I can say is, as far as the player motion and that joke of a demo, whatever clip, I have it in my mind. This is old music video. I can imagine an old song that's playing in my head. It's like it was an 80s type song. I don't know if it was Olivia Newton-John that was in it. But it was like a bunch of people in workout attire, and they're like, "Let's get physical."
That's
what I was. It feel like it was playing to that tune. How they were in motion. I was just like, "Oh wow!"
Put him in the game. Said what he think the response would be. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, dude's an idiot. That's as far.
He thought if anybody rashes the game, I'll just block him.
Clearly, and he didn't even give me a chance to rag. Look, listen, let me tell you about this right here. Honestly, I'm gonna give my honest opinion. If he just came out with this and didn't block me from the beginning, I would have laughed at the game and said, "Okay, at least he's trying." But the fact that the bitch blocked
he's not trying. He literally lied and showed us NCAA 11 footage. If he didn't block you, this was still definitely a rational offense, bro.
Yeah.
NA says this shit won't get certified by Microsoft or Sony Axis and Maximum or the lowest bar.
Yo,
it wouldn't
that's
even
what I
be.
said on Twitter.
It wouldn't be certified by ColecoVision.
But that's what I said.
This shouldn't even be certified by Radio Shack. Are you serious?
No, it won't be certified by those little Tiger handhelds.
Man, yo, the way this game's looking, you would have thought that they had a NASCAR that went and crashed.
No, but seriously though, I said what NA said.
The game would have crashed.
He said that is the lowest bar. I said this game was lower than low standards or something like that on Twitter. I said lower than low quality. Yo, this
this game wouldn't be
a fraud.
Man, this game wouldn't have been certified by Abacus.
But you know what, though? I gave this man, I don't even know why he's coming at me. I gave this man the light of day. Even way back when I was on the Virtual Football channel, it was one of my last community discussion videos when he came on and he said that he was actually trying to make a game. And I actually was in favor of it. This was back in 2015. Then he comes back with the NCAA shit. Now he comes back with this. Like I said, 4 years in the making, and this is what you got. Make it the fuck. Microtransactions. Let's talk about this shit.
All right, and wait a minute, but hold up. Before we get to microtransactions, we have a comment from my girlfriend.
Okay.
She says, "I'm not even a gamer, and I even say this is garbage."
Yo, exactly.
This shit's worse than garbage.
If somebody's not a gamer, if somebody's not a gamer looking at this, what the hell you think that?
Wait, you said he called Ryan Moody a fat boy? Hold on a second. Look, now everybody knows I don't like Ryan Moody. Mm-hmm. But come on, fam. So you're telling me that he questioned your NCAA footage and you resorted to name calling about his personal appearance just because you be in movies?
Oh, yeah, he does have multiple accounts. Because when I looked him up, I seen like 3. He has a JP Sports account, he has a Kyle Anderson account, and there's another account that he has.
So he's the Kevin Durant of the sim community.
Man, this guy,
I can see one account comment, man, this is some great gameplay footage right here. Y'all check it out.
You know what? I just realized who's been thumbing down our videos, bro.
You might be right.
It's a burner account of Kyle Anderson.
Yo, you know what, man? Don't support that bullshit. Don't support nothing that he clown his ass every time he pops up somewhere. Just clown him. I don't care. He can put out good morning on Twitter. Clown his bitch ass.
Go and make
your ties on backwards.
Go and make your fucking apricot and shit stains.
I don't care if he comes out and try to say something nice about your kids. Clown his ass. Fuck him.
Wow.
Yeah. Make your kids go and piss on his foot.
Yeah, clown him. Well, anyway, let's talk about these microtransactions. I'm gonna pull up the screen so people can see it. U.S. Senator introduces bill to ban loot boxes and pay to win microtransactions. Nothing need to be said on that end. I know there was a lot of people in the community who were just talking. They were happy about it. Then they had some other people basically saying that this might not pass, all this other stuff. We're going to get into the part that might not pass. I'm going to give my thoughts about it. But Senator Joe Hawley, Republican out of Missouri, today announced a bill that would ban loot boxes and pay to win microtransactions in games played by minors. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. I believe, excuse me, I'm going to leave the link so you guys can look at it whenever. And that's basically what's going on here is that they put a bill out to say that they're going to try to ban these loot boxes and microtransactions, and we're going to go from there. Bills, I'm going to let you go first. What are your thoughts about this bill and how far you think it's going to go?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like discretionary bills. I don't like bills where there's too much wiggle room and you can say, well, who developers knowingly allow. I mean, seriously? Like, what is the gauge of that? Like, I don't get how you can gauge. There's no proper parameter to even judge that. So I don't like it. There's too much discretion that can be used, which would turn out to, of course, lend itself to discrimination as far as how they judge a case by case basis, because this is ridiculous to me.
So I take it you don't think it's going to go very far.
Oh, it will, because it's America. But at the same time, I don't like bills with language like that, whose developers knowingly allow minor players to engage in microtransactions. That could be any game.
But I'm gonna get to that in a second. You got anything else you want to add to it?
Nah, bro. I don't. I just.
What about you, DJ?
I think because it's America, it probably won't go too far. Like the way it's being introduced now is not going to be the actual thing when they go to vote on it. Because if you look at the process of how a bill is introduced, I'm like it's introduced like it is now, but now it's going to go into limbo. It's going to go into a committee. They're going to talk about it. They're going to make some edits and stuff like that. If it manages to survive that, then it goes to the House floor to be voted on. And then even that is going to be some back and forth, open debate and stuff that you see on C-SPAN. That can go on for hours, days, months, years, whatever.
Right.
When they finally vote on it, and let's say it passes, it has to be majority rule, goes to the Senate. Then the Senate, they debate on it. All I'm saying, this is all before it gets to the president and whatever. All I'm saying is that don't hold your breath on this.
Right.
Because it sounds good, it looks good on the surface, but you probably won't hear about it until like years later. And also the way that our government has been working is that there's going to be a lobbyist from the companies that are going to either stall this bill or find a way to get it terminated. Because remember, you have politicians on the payroll too. So you have to worry about all this happening.
It's way too much money involved.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with it. My take on it, I think that honestly, in the name of children, I think this has a high chance of passing in the name of minors.
Nope.
No, I'm
Nope.
I'm talking in the name of minors.
We have school shootings all the time, and nothing has been done. This is how America's been working.
Calm down. Let me finish. In the name of minors, I can see where this has a high chance of passing. The problem with it is what these companies going to do to loophole around it. I can see certain games end up being backdoored with microtransactions. I can see some games being just flat out saying this is not a microtransaction. We're just going to put it out there as a thing so you could pay for it, so you don't have to have a loot box. I can also see where some games will just come out and say, hey, our game is rated mature, so we're going to keep it as it is. It's not for kids. If the kids buy it, we're blaming the parents. So I can see where, all the stuff that you said, yes, I understand where like it goes to committee, all this other stuff. The reason why I say it may not go that far because of kids are involved. Now, there's a high chance that it will, because that's how politicians work in Congress. But when you're dealing with children, they kind of tend to speed up the process to get things done.
Well, I hope folks are ready to be paying $80 per game, because there's no way in hell that these devs are going to lose in a situation.
That's the back end. That's the part I was talking about, because it may well, it's so easy to put a face on a child and say, a parent could come up and say, my child did this, this, and this. You guys need to do something. They passed this particular bill or something similar to it. All right, well, Activision going to say, fuck this, since y'all did this. We're going to make our game like this, this, and this. And possibly, like you said, games could be $80, or instead of what was a loot box for you to get an item, they're just going to flat out and put it on the game and say, hey, this is how much it costs to get this. $5 to get this, instead of worrying about a loot box situation where you have to gamble for it. So it's like,
or you're gonna start getting shitty games.
Yeah, like put them in the game set. If this means getting rid of them, but I look, I'm all for that too, because I don't like the way MUD is set up. But let's look at the flip side of that. What if they'll say, instead of you open up a card pack to get Jerry Rice, we'll just put Jerry Rice on the screen for $10. Because some people probably open up $35 worth of packs just to get a Jerry Rice. They say, well, since I don't have to open up the $35 to get that Jerry, I just pay the $10. So it's like, you count what I'm saying? And then they're saying pay to win microtransactions. Pay to win is like so vague. You can make anything.
That's why I don't like this bill. It's too broad. It's too discretionary, and there's too much room for
wiggle room.
There's too much wiggle room for using discretion and bullshit when it comes to who's actually going to be held accountable for this.
See that's what go ahead, Bill.
But to tell you the truth, it's kind of standard for introduced bills to be vague.
I mean,
it's all going to
true.
change.
That's true.
Because they have to go and debate it on the House floor in these committees to hammer out the language.
I mean,
what specifics they want to, because Belgium currently has the LootBox ban in place, and they defined it as they
said it was flat. Yeah, they said a flat out gambling.
Yeah, they focus on gambling.
They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn if it was a minor or not. They just said, "Look, it's gambling. Take it out."
So they wound up not. Let me see. What is it? According to, they said that EA wound up ending their sale of their. Let's see. Got it. They stopped selling the FIFA's in-game currency because of the ban on LootBox.
I got a question about this. Let's flip. Damn, Joe Hawley's only 39. I thought he was older than that. Well, anyway, let's look at the flip side of this. How in the hell a kid could be exploited to be paying all this money for these microtransactions? Where do they get this money from?
The parents, which is why it's even more bullshit.
Look, that's what. Look, I love my son.
But if you think about it, there are parents out there that can be irresponsible enough to allow their kids to play on their accounts.
That is natural selection,
where they could just be like, "Oh, I need to do this," and all it takes is a few button presses and cha-ching, transaction done.
Natural selection.
Like, what the hell?
My thing is, this should be, and this is another thing about this bill. This bill should be targeted to games that are already you have to purchase. If they're free to play games, I don't give a fuck about none of that predatory shit. If it's a free game, they should be able to put whatever loot box, any other microtransaction, they should be able to put whatever they want to put in the game if it's free. Now, I'm not. That's another thing about this bill. They don't even talk about that.
I think we need to stop holding folks' hands, and there comes a point in time when people need to be responsible for their goddamn kids.
I agree.
And put them in the game. That is true. Kids don't have debit or credit cards, but their parents do. And if they're playing on their account, their debit or whatever is attached to that account.
Sometimes they are attached. I had to take mine off because I just because of the whole hacking thing.
Either that or put like a special code on there, because now I think in certain transactions you have to put the last the 3 digits of security code on there.
That's what they do with Amazon now. Because I remember like it was some story back in the day, like some kid like racked up a shitload of purchases on Amazon, and his mom had her credit card on file, so Amazon put a stop to that. You have to like put in a code or something now.
And then you have parents, and then on top of that, you do have parents that do enable the hell out of their kids when it comes to this. I'm like, Mom,
that's what I'm saying, man. Okay. It's natural selection. You a shitty parent, then you pay for it. Fuck it.
I mean, like I said, I'm looking at it from the scale of what could happen. Like DJ, I 100% agree with you with the whole politics of it. They go into a committee. Now that don't happen with every bill. This could be a situation where they just put it on the floor and they'll vote on it. But I can see that absolutely happen because this is a hot topic. But if it does pass, which like I said, in the name of kids, I can see it happening. I could just see these companies just going all the way around. It's just too many. It's like Bill says, just too many open areas for them to move around. They're
gonna get the money regardless.
But then at the end of it, Trump has to sign it, and he will veto that real quick.
Yeah, because he is a capitalist. You're right.
He's gonna veto that. If it makes it that far, he's vetoing it.
And I would be in full support of him vetoing that shit too, because I ain't trying to pay $80
in its current form. I would agree with you because it doesn't deal with specifics. But you're talking about a president who doesn't deal in specifics. So I'm like, him vetoing anything raises questions. So
put him. That's exactly my point.
I would be in favor of him vetoing this.
No. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to companies making money, he tends to lean on that side, so I would not be surprised. Let's jump to Live 20.
Wait, NHL one more 20. Thing. One more thing.
Oh,
One last thing.
No.
The
Yeah,
girl chimed in.
no. I got one more thing about it too. Go ahead.
Yeah, she just chimed in. She was like, or have, and this as far as like parents safeguarding their kids from making these transactions, is either or have the account email or text you every time your kid uses your card.
Well, so that means the email comes with the belt, right?
It should.
Don't let me make it an email. I'll get an email your ass getting work. Motherfucker.
Yo, fucking email. Yeah, I should get a phone call. They gonna know right then and there.
Yeah, get LifeLock on your shit.
I know, right?
Get LifeLock on your shit. Yo, your kid is buying some shit on EA Sports again. Did you authorize this? No, I'm about to authorize his ass whooping. Fuck you doing playing? Hell wrong with you. Fuck you doing playing what? Hell wrong.
Talking about you want a new outfit on Fortnite. You gonna get a new outfit.
I got an outfit for you.
Oh, man.
No, but let's jump to NBA Live 20 and NHL 20. Nobody's talking about these games, and NHL is a little bit further down the road. But around this time with EA Play coming up, you have little talk about Live 20. The fiscal report did say Live 20 is dropping because a lot of people were saying that it may be canceled, and I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Live get canceled, to be honest with you.
Man, they got to a release party date and the shit got canceled. I'm not putting anything over
That's
there.
what I'm saying. It's like I wouldn't be surprised. So with EA Play coming up, let's be candid for a second. What are your expectations for Live 20? DJ, don't say nothing. Bills, you go first.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
I already know what you say, DJ.
DJ, I'd rather you go first because it's gonna be way funnier.
Nah, he told me I need to shut the fuck up. He told me.
I got LifeLock on the phone. You talking shit?
Did your podcast co-host talk shit about Live 19? Nah, Live 20. I have no expectations right now. I don't know what the game is. I already saw that they released some bullshit court that's gonna be.
That's Live 14-esque. I'm not even talking about
he said his hard at times still doing live reviews. If only.
No, I know he did one for Live 18 and 19. I'm not sure about 20. No, he did one for 18. He didn't do one for 19.
I don't have any expectations. I mean, if they were to actually improve on what they already have in Live 19, it might turn out to be a decent game. But now I'm kind of tuned out of this game because now there's a glitch with the fucking injuries in Live 19.
Oh God!
Hold on. I woke up for that part. There's a what?
Yeah,
glitch.
There's a glitch with the injuries in Live 19. So when somebody gets injured, no matter what team it is, and they have to sub out, the game will go and basically get locked in a position where you can't press nothing, can't do nothing.
Oh, so it's doing
that.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you that wasn't supposed to be in the game, even though
I think it fucked up the code in the game. They tried to add something that fucked everything up.
No.
But, I mean, to be fair, as far as my concern, I think they can build on gameplay wise of what they had, because remember, like afterwards it was episode 65. I played a game. The game actually wasn't that bad. I mean, I played a pretty decent game. It was we won 100 to 103 to 100.
Yeah, if you turn injuries off, the game's fine.
Oh God!
Somebody said Cal Now what we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do is mention Cal and any next gen console in the same sentence.
Oh,
that's
man.
what we're not gonna do.
DJ, what are your thoughts? I ain't got nothing else to say.
Consoles.
I ain't got nothing else to say. What about you, DJ?
I was gonna say until Bill's mentioned that glitch with the injuries, I was gonna say you're welcome. I bitched and complained about in-game injuries being in the game for quite some time. It was just like, and it's funny because I actually got Live 19 after that all happened.
Oh man!
So because nobody wanted to come through and give me a birthday gift. Anything,
even
with $5, nobody wanted it. After all I've given. But anyway, no.
Shit on the low though.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm over here, yo.
Yeah, Yeah, VF, you had a free live courtesy of me. I couldn't get one back. All right. Anyway,
I got you, man. I got you, man. I'm gonna give you a
too
sealed
late
copy.
now.
Get you a sealed copy of your favorite game when it comes out. Live 20. All right.
It'll be sealed
NHL 20.
forever.
Live. I mean NHL 20. It's
Wait a minute, you didn't ask me what I think about.
Yeah. Wait. What are your thoughts about Live 20? Honestly.
Damn. First he told me to shut the fuck up, and then now. Okay. Anyway, I really don't have that much expectations for Live 20. Actually, from playing Live 19, it's exactly what I expected and what I've experienced from 18. So I have nothing on Live 20. Move on. We can go ahead to NHL.
I think I don't have too much expectation for NHL 20. I think they're going to continue to make the great. They're going to continue to make the great hockey game that they do. I think they're going to build on it. I hope they're looking forward to doing their game on PS5 and the new Xbox. So I don't expect much. I think it's just going to be par for the course. What about you guys?
Well, I know that. Well, I don't know for sure, but I know according to some leaks that it'll debut on Frostbite.
Okay.
So I'm already expecting that game to take a negative hit.
I think Bill's dropped out.
Uh-oh.
I think he dropped out because I don't see him on anymore.
Must be the Carolina Hurricanes making their way to Boston.
No, but yeah, I don't have anything on it. I mean, I just added that because I just didn't want to just say NBA Live. But I think NHL gonna still be I think NHL is still gonna be a great game. I mean, I had no problem with NHL 19 or 18.
I'm just like the thing with Frostbite, and I said this when Madden first adopted. Well, when I played FIFA, when it first adopted Frostbite, when Madden adopted Frostbite, I said it, and it was just like visually, Frostbite will handle the game. But everybody here. Okay, Bills is back. But is he back?
Went out. Yeah, internet went out.
Okay, good.
Stupid. All right.
But yeah, I feel like Frostbite will definitely handle the visual aspects of NHL. I think it will do it well. We'll probably get the environments looking a lot better than what it is. The environments look great.
That's what I'm saying. The game is, I mean, outside of MLB The Show, I mean, these two games are like where it's at when you get hell, leaving NBA 2K19, like these three games are like where it's at when you're talking about immersion in sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not even talking about NHL 19. Dog, I'm still playing NHL 14 on my PS3, and that game is still phenomenal.
That game's really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like all this time I've been sitting there playing. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, that was the last game that had like that the offensive strategies made sense and you had set plays.
Right.
So that's why it's just like, why is it taking the current gen NHL so long to come back with these? Because that's what made situational hockey best.
Yeah.
Right now,
damn.
Playing up and down hockey.
Yeah. I mean, the game is great. It still is. I mean, I love it. You want to do
real quick? Breaking news. The Dolphins are signing Xavier Howard to a 5-year, $76.5 million extension that includes $46 million guaranteed. Good God.
Jesus. Talk about getting broke off.
Xavier Howard, he's a really good cornerback. He plays for the Dolphins, but goddamn, $46 million?
Yeah, that's for a person I'd never heard of. That's
and those incentives are gonna be, trust me, he's gonna make the Pro Bowl, whatever those incentives are.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He's
is Dollar still in the chat? Does he have anything to say about this?
I don't know. He said he's gonna make $51 million over the first 3 seasons of his deal. That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
Right.
Before we get to Pierre-Paul, you want to do the NBA tier, or you want to wait till the next week?
Let's wait till next week because
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Jason Pierre-Paul. No. Before I go to that, you guys, I'm dead serious when I say this. Everybody who's been listening to us tonight, y'all have been phenomenal. Great interaction in the chat. You know, people who's been staying around consistently. Not the numbers haven't been dropping. listening to us live is becoming phenomenal. I really appreciate you guys for coming through and spending time with us. This third, it just goes back to prove, to what me and DJ was talking about. This Thursday night move has been great. Just share it with everybody, and so we got more people coming in and chat with us. Bulls versus Blazers is amazing, and they absolutely. I still have that on Genesis and Super Nintendo. That's the
actual TV.
Yeah, I know. And then that was NBA Live before NBA Live. Jason Pierre-Paul. What kind of accident he had again? Because I didn't catch the whole.
He had a car accident. I'm reading the article right now.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
Crash in South Florida.
Yeah, and they said
his career is over.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you guys because
it's a neck injury.
Yeah. His red Ferrari. Oh wow. 911 call says that his red Ferrari did a 360 and hit a wall on I-95.
I can already see where this shit's going.
Jesus Christ.
I can already see what he was doing.
Okay,
I already can tell.
I'm going to pull this up so everybody can see this. This is amazing. Actually, he survived this shit. A Ferrari, that's nothing to really, most people don't survive shit like that. Crash occurred around 2 a.m. on May 2nd, but he told dispatchers that he was okay. All right. I don't have anything else to say outside of that. What you thought he was doing, Bills?
I think he's being a dumbass and driving too fast, and he fucked around, and or he was under the influence and he fucked around and almost killed himself, being a dumbass. 2 a.m.
What I got.
2 a.m. in the morning. Somebody else is in your car with you, and you're driving like a complete and utter dumbass. Now, if he was driving another car, that'd be different. But he's driving a Ferrari.
You're on 95. There's nobody on the road on 95.
And he's driving a Ferrari
at that time. Yeah.
Unless your wheel popped, there's no excuse.
Well, probably what he did was for his wheel to pop. I'm like, sometimes you can be going too fast.
Yeah, but I'm saying even
the tires.
Yeah, but I'm saying unless your wheel popped, just normal circumstances, he was being a dumbass. That's what I truly think happened.
So look at this part right here. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't care about that. Move that. Let me see. Did I pull up? Yeah, I went too far. Oh, it says right here. Although Pierre-Paul said during the 911 call that he was not injured, Adam Schefter reported that further evaluation by specialists hired by the Bucks, he said he has a fractured neck that might require surgery. The fuck?
So
all I can say is where are the HIPAA laws in this?
Oh wow, you already know Adam Schefter already been in trouble with that before.
Well, I think the one thing I'll say maybe adrenaline.
Well, he's a football player. I can see that.
Other than that,
he felt like he was okay.
Yeah, but other than that,
I can definitely agree with that.
But no, Schefter needs to
throughout this whole podcast, but by laughing and humor, and my adrenaline's been up. I've been able to ignore whatever pain I've been through. I know exactly what he's going through right now. Right.
But no, Schefter clearly hasn't watched any HIPAA videos. He hasn't read anything.
That's the second time doing it. He did that with his finger injury. I remember back in the day, he actually put out his medical statement on Twitter.
It's just awful.
That was. Yeah.
Also,
having worked in the medical field, it's just like, bro, like seriously.
Even if you worked in the medical field, even if you worked
become a Ninja Turtle,
even if you worked in the medical field, even nurses and doctors know not to give out that information.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's just crazy.
So DJ said he may not play again. I agree. I don't think he should play again because you like we said about Carson Wentz, which we don't want to go there with the Carson Wentz situation. But a neck injury is another thing you don't want to play with. I mean, you can look at Peyton Manning. I don't know how he did it, but it's nowhere near to what happened with Pierre-Paul.
Steroids.
Well, no, he went outside the country.
No, I'm joking. No,
he went outside the country and got that stem cell.
But we're talking about
it's illegal to work on stem cells.
So. Yeah, that's true.
Well, here's the issue with JPP. I don't know what he could do outside of football to. He might have enough money to live off for the rest of his career. I don't know how his spending habits are for the rest of his life. I should say
his medical bills, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think he almost may have to play football.
I don't know his personality, but I can see him working for a network company and or possibly being a coach at the maybe high school, college level.
Yeah.
Coordinator for the college level. I don't see him being a college coach, but I can see him being a high school coach. I can see him easily also being on NFL Network and ESPN. They would love to have him just because of what he's been through.
The thing with dudes like him, I think, is like when your career ends and it's not on your terms and you hang around football, it's just going to give you the urge to go back and play, which might not be the smartest thing.
He need to go at a desk and go talk with Stephen A or something.
This nigga said titty bar bouncer.
Well, who he gonna grab up? We got 3 fingers. Who he gonna grab and throw out the damn? Who the hell he gonna throw out of a club? Who the hell he gonna throw out of a club with 3 fingers?
Yo,
Get your ass over here, dog, man. What the fuck? You can't grab shit.
I tell you what he'd be good for. Like on the count of 3.
oh,
I'm gonna hit you.
You know what? Why I gotta be the count of 3, though?
You have no choice.
Yo, good thing baseball we got 3 outs. That motherfucker wouldn't be able to tell anybody. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
No, I don't see him playing again. I'll be surprised if he comes back the following year after this year. I will be highly surprised.
But he's an idiot, though. Like, oh, he's just so stupid, man.
He said that dude blew off his fingers playing with firecrackers. What else he's going? He could be an advocate for safety, firecracker safety.
Oh yeah, because that's really a lucrative fucking thing.
No, listen. 2 weeks out of the year he have a job. The weekend before, 3 weekends out of the year. The week before 4th of July, the week before Memorial Day, and the week before New Year's, he have a job.
Yo,
Well, he could be the he could be the person on a porn set.
Oh,
well, I'm not gonna go there because I don't know what porn you've been watching with 3 fingers. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
And it's funny because I wasn't even gonna say that, but you somehow were thinking about porn with 3 fingers.
But no, you brought it up. What the fuck?
I'm trying to figure out why would you think I would.
You brought it up, girl. You brought it up, but I'm the one.
No, I brought up the fact that he'd be on set. You the one talking about 3 fingers. What you been doing?
Well, what else we going to talk about?
He can use his other hand.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna leave that one alone. He can use his other hand. I'm gonna leave that alone. We losing viewers because of this.
Yo, I got a question. How does he shoot pool? Like, how does he?
All you need is one finger to loop over, and he can.
I mean, I guess. The only reason I brought that up, he said he's NA said he was probably driving with the hand, has got 2 fingers, and it just slipped. That's a big slip. Good God.
Yeah, that kind of goes to what my girl said. She said he just didn't know how to handle the car.
Yo, he might as well just have the Woody Harrelson hook from fucking Kingpin. Oh dear God, this is going off the rails.
All right, one more topic before we go. Ty Lue was supposed to be the coach of the Lakers.
Oh yeah,
and he wanted a 5-year.
Who's going to be the coach of the Lakers?
Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue wanted to be the coach of the Lakers. The Lakers offered him a 3-year deal. He wanted a 5-year deal, so he walked away from the deal. Do you think Ty Lue was wrong for that? And I'm gonna mind you that Monty Williams, also, what's that boy that used to be the Lakers coach, Luke Walton. He went this out. Both of them got 5-year deals. They didn't win shit. This man won a title, and he won it 5 years.
He won a title with a team he adopted.
Hey, listen, he got that on his resume though.
Blatt deserves a 5-year contract over Tyronn Lue.
Why? That's what I'm about to say. Hold on. Why Blatt hasn't been hired at another?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to know?
Do you want
to know the real reason?
I honestly want to know because I'm in the dark here.
Here's the real reason why David Blatt will never get another coaching job in the NBA. When your first coaching job is coaching perhaps the greatest basketball player of all time to some people, and you don't make it through the first year of your contract.
Whoa, who was laughing?
I have no idea. But when you don't make it, did he make it through that first year?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did he go through?
He didn't make it through 2 years.
No, he made it through the first year.
Right?
It was midway through the second.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you as a coach made it to the finals and your team lost to a team that you probably should have beat if Kyrie was healthy, so I'll give him a break. But then you counter that,
and they got an arguable point right there. That could be argued either way.
I don't think LeBron blackballed him, but I think that the effect that you have when LeBron doesn't outwardly support you definitely will get you blackballed.
That means LeBron blackballed.
I mean, I guess, but it's indirect. It's indirect blackball.
Indirect. I can agree with the indirect.
It's kind of like Magic. Magic didn't say Paul Westphal sucks. Magic said, I want to trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not blackballing, but it is blackballing. That's what happened. So he'll never get a job in the NBA again because
it sucks because that guy is a good coach.
But he was cursed with coaching a player like that in his first job.
In other words, he should have had another job prior to that to get his feet wet.
Of course.
If you think about it, if it wasn't for Pat Riley, what's his name would have been if Pat Riley wasn't the GM of the team or
he would have been done. He would have been done in Miami. I agree.
That coach would have been gone after LeBron.
Spoelstra? Most definitely.
Yeah.
Spoelstra had been out of the playoffs in the first round.
Not only that 2011 finals, we can talk about LeBron all we want. That was damn near a fireable offense on that coach.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
it was a fireable offense before that because.
But there were things that like you seen the players was doing to Spoelstra anyway. Like remember that infamous bump that LeBron kind of shoved Spoelstra.
Yeah, but shit started with Spoelstra way before that. But that's the thing.
That's kind of like passive aggressive disrespect there.
But that's the thing is in the NBA, people always say like, "Well, LeBron got this coach fired." It's like, nah, trust me. Like, if LeBron wanted Ty Lue fired, people swore Ty Lue was gonna get fired. I was like, if LeBron wanted Ty Lue fired, he would have been fired. If LeBron wanted Ty Lue fired, they wouldn't have considered hiring him for the Lakers. He didn't want Ty Lue fired. He didn't give a fuck whether David Black got fired or not.
The problem when I brought up Ty Lue, the problem with that, I think the Lakers organization disrespected Ty Lue.
They did.
And I'm not saying people can say all he want that he was carried to the finals and they won that finals. At the end of the day, he was the coach. It could be misconstrued that if LeBron led that team and Ty Lue was just there. At the end of the day, his resume say that he's an NBA championship champion as a coach and a player. People don't want
Just consider this.
But I think they disrespect him because they wanted him to coincide with LeBron's contract. That's why it was a 3-year deal and not a 5-year deal, because they believe that after LeBron is out of his contract, they don't think Ty Lue can actually coach the Lakers.
But just consider this, though. Luke Walton, who coached one of the greatest teams of all time for half a season, got offered more money to coach the Lakers than a dude who made it to 2 finals and won one.
And exactly.
That's straight up disrespect, and it's ridiculous. It's incompetence at its finest. They wanted to hire him, but it was incompetence.
And then on top of that, I heard other stories about they wanted to put Jason Kidd on the staff as a consultant.
But here's another thing they did.
And on top of that, Bills, they didn't even consult with Ty Lue about adding Jason Kidd.
But here's another thing they did, though.
Do it.
But they also see NA brings up Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw was supposed to be on Luke Walton's staff, and Ty Lue and Brian Shaw are friends, and they wouldn't even let Brian Shaw stay on his staff. They weren't even letting him pick his staff. There's a lot of stuff, bro.
That's crazy. The Lakers organization in general is right now it's trash.
It's clown central, bro.
And it's a shame because you look at a story franchise like that, and you see you literally are looking at how much Dr. Buss and what's his name, Jerry West, meant to that organization. Because once they were gone, they don't even look like they look like the Clippers from the 80s now.
And the thing is what's funny to me is how people always thought that Jim Buss Jr. was the issue. But now you look at it and you realize that Jim Buss Jr. was the one that got Kobe, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash together. That's a crazy collection of talent to get together.
The problem with Jim Buss Jr. was he knew how to get the players. He just didn't have the people under him to implement them to be great. Like,
of course,
for instance, Mitch Kupchak was there and he was so at best. When Dr. Buss was there, he had Jerry West.
But I think Kobe forced Jim Buss out. That's really what I believe. I think when you're a player with some power in a franchise, you don't have to outright say you don't like a person or you don't believe in a person. You just pretty much show any sign of indifference and that person's gone.
Yeah.
If you don't go to bat for that person's gone. Yeah. Tom Brady did not go to bat for Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien was gone.
Yeah.
That's how shit goes. LeBron did not go to bat for David Blatt. He's gone.
Well, I mean, you also see how Jordan and Phil Jackson was together. There plenty of times they wanted to break that up. They wanted to break that up at least on 3 or 4 different occasions, and Jordan went to bat for that until they literally got old together. As far as that team.
And of course, Reinsdorf and Cross, they felt like, well, we don't get enough credit, so let's go and try to build a new team and kick everybody out because everybody's talking about Jordan and Pippen and Jackson, and we don't get. It's like, fuck y'all. Like, seriously,
you're in the front office for a reason. That's what they do. The front office is supposed to be behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying. Jerry Cross couldn't walk 5 steps without leaning against the wall and getting out of breath. But he's talking about the players on the court that are getting all the credit. It's ridiculous.
That's what you want your players to be like. You want your players to get the credit, and you're just the guy counting all the money on the back end. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's why the White Sox suck for so long. Because those clowns were running. But that's a different story for a different day.
Let's go ahead and close this out. We done touched everything. Anything else y'all got before we go?
There was that one I wanted to bring up. It's really going to be real short.
Go ahead.
Right. So, everybody's going crazy over this Aisha Curry statement, insecure statement, whatever the case is. I'm telling you right now, don't fall for the bullshit on this one. The reason why I say this is because she's doing it as an obvious distraction tool. After game 4, Steph Curry probably had the worst playoff performance he's ever had. All the memes are out on him. Everybody's making fun of him. The pressure, the tension is on him. All of a sudden, a day or 2 later, she goes on and she says this. It doesn't make any sense, and it only seems to me that this is a mere attempt to get all the attention off of him and onto her, as a good woman does for her man at times, and you would hope your man would do the same thing for your woman and whatever, just so that person doesn't have that extra amount of distractions when they go into the next game. So I view what she said, it made absolutely no sense to the structure of her marriage, her background, whatever, as just an outside, like in a wrestler's term, outside interference from the valet at ringside, distracting the referee while her wrestler is able to gain the upper hand and possibly win. That's all that was to me, period.
Well, I have nothing on the topic, but
I mean, that's interesting the way you hit that. I didn't look at it from that angle.
I will say this, though. There is a topic that we need to touch on next week that actually kind of rubbed me the wrong way just now. It says Adam Silver's goal going forward is to have NBA refs and coaches be roughly 50-50 women.
Yeah, we could touch on that definitely.
I
don't think just to touch it a little bit, and I'm not even gonna say. I'm just gonna say one statement. That shouldn't even have been broadcast. He could have said that without saying it. They could have just implemented it without saying it. Because now you're going to cause a problem. Now you're causing a problem during the playoffs where that doesn't need to be there.
Yep.
Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just put women in there. You know, I don't care if they know how to call the game. Fine, I don't care.
That's the other issue I have.
We're going to touch on it next week.
We'll talk about it then. But I mean, I'm saying if you're going, don't cause a problem where you don't need right now. That's all I'm saying.
And the other topic, which should gain some more traction by next week, is the fact that apparently Jeannie Buss is being pressured to trade LeBron. So.
Yeah, that's something else I want to, because somebody else was talking about Pat Riley possibly coming to the Lakers. We're going to talk about all of that.
Yeah.
This
now, hold up. I just read this last comment by NA. Adam Silver looks like Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Now you know what's funny?
I had to read that one because that gave it.
Andy looks like Fang from Street Fighter 5.
Now his was funny. Like, I'm not gonna rash Adam Silver because I used to rash Adam Silver, and then I met him at a game last year and I dapped him up, and I was like, he's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I would piss on David Stern's grave, but Adam Silver is cool people in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Even though he's still pulling the wool over everybody's eyes and making them think that the NBA is really competitive and not rigged. But that's a different story.
Yeah, we're done here. This is First and Framerates episode 66. Great show, honestly. This is a lot better than I thought it'd be. I mean, appreciate everybody who came through. I don't have much to say. Just continue to support us. iTunes, SoundCloud. You can listen to us on your off time. Download there. If you decide to subscribe to us, share this, that, the third. You know, share all the platforms so people can catch us, because everybody can't be here when they want to, even though we want them to be here live. Like I said, just great support. I mean, we're really appreciating everybody who's coming through and listening to us. We talked about the XFL last week in ANA.
Check out 60.
Check out 65. We talked about the XFL then. Bills. I'm sorry. You can catch me on Twitter at VF Baller, and you know you can chat it up on there and let the conversation continue. Bills, you got anything?
Yeah, save a bean pie and a smoothie for me.
And don't worry, Kyle got you. What about you, DJ?
All right, you guys can find me at DJ81 on Twitter, and chat it up there, especially talking about roasting whoever wants to try to make a football game without making a football game.
Right. Yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I did make a video. I mean, I ain't trying to ask for the views, but I'm just letting you know I did make a video the other day.
Yeah, okay. I made a video the other day.
Yeah,
too.
DJ made a video too. Bill's making music, so he ain't got time to make a video. Put him in a game for LFL.
Oh, see.
He put LFL. Anyway, yeah, just catch us, back Thursday at 7:30 once again. And we're going to talk about those topics that we mentioned. We're going to do that football tier. I mean, the NBA tier.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'll have that little graphic up because I want to get one of those. I haven't looked it up yet.
Mm-hmm.
And
do we have any fan voted topics that?
Holy shit, we forgot about that one. Oh man, we're going to do that next week because
I'm always thinking about the fans. That's why the chat is in support of me.
I forgot about it. Nobody said nothing, so nobody in the chat actually. Was up.
Well, we look at you to have.
Yeah, you know what? Nah. VF is right. Closed mouths don't get fed around here, fam.
No, they didn't say nothing. They really didn't, and we totally forgot. Oh, we'll do it next week. We definitely will.
No, we got y'all next week.
The first party sports titles. That's definitely something that we could talk about, and I'm not going to do a poll for next week. We'll just do that. That's about it, man. Y'all good boys. Be easy. Thanks for the support. See you guys next time. Peace.
Did you just call them good boys?
I was about to say.
What the fuck?
not like that, man.
Oh,
not like that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's the end of a Boy Scout meet. Y'all good boys.
All right, fellas.
Man, if you were white, you would be in a whole hell of a trouble.
Yo, I can't. Oh, my God.
Hey, y'all be easy. Peace.
Dick.